Welcome to Hate to Wait, where two lifelong dieters talk about their current struggles with weight loss. Diets, we've tried them all. We are not doctors, we don't play them on TV or on this podcast. Join our journey because misery loves company.
Are you over your PSTD?
My PTSD from last week? I don't know. I'm still very worried. Hi, John.
Hello, Emily.
Oh, last week, for those who were in the Facebook group with us, was just a train wreck. And then if you just listened to the episode last week, oh, it was beautiful. John, it was amazing. And the bloopers at the end were cracking me up.
My favorite two are the one where you say, let me do that over again so I don't sound like Shatner. And then,
I did. I was just, oh.
And then when the cat came up and jumped up and then the tail hit the microphone, I was like, oh, yeah, that's got to stay in there too. So,
yeah, last week was interesting. This week, okay, so we promised we would have Harriet on this week. Let's talk about that. She had to postpone. She had something come up, family thing. Totally understandable. You know what, though? I'm actually kind of happy about that because every time I listen to a podcast and somebody says, okay, next week we're having this guest on, make sure you get any questions to me before we record with them. I'm always like, oh my gosh, I have questions I want to ask and I want to email, and I never remember to do it. And then when the episode comes up, I'm like, oh man, I'm so mad I didn't do it. So anyone listening right now, you have another week. Or actually, if you're listening to the podcast when it comes out, you have another 3 days to get those questions in for Harriet. She's an eating coach, which is different from a dietitian. We're going to be talking about that, the differences there. We're going to be talking about her process, what she goes through with clients, what she does for clients. I worked with her last year. It was such an eye-opening experience that I'm so excited to talk to her next week.
I'm nervous because I'm afraid that, and stop me if I start this, don't let me turn this into a John's session where she starts.
You're going to have to pay her.
I know, but I have a feeling that I'll get in here and I'll start asking questions that you would ask during the session. I don't know. Well, let's see how it works out.
No, she is wonderful. And, you know, she has such a wealth of knowledge, too. I think even if you asked her all the questions you would want to ask her, you'd still end up paying for 6 more sessions with her because you're like, oh.
I get that. But then, okay, so then let's think about this. What if I did that and everybody said, wow, this is so great, I need to ask her the same thing. And then that got her more clients.
That's the dream, honestly, because she's helped me so much. And when I first worked with her, we were both starting our businesses at that time, and we were doing it for testimonials. I gave her a testimonial for working with her, and then she was working with me for her podcast, and she gave me a testimonial. So it ended up working out really well. And the thing is, she gave me so much value. And when you're talking to somebody and giving them advice, you can't really put a price on your own, like, I don't know how much my time or my knowledge is worth. So I'm always just like, oh, I want to repay her in some way, even though, I repaid her in consulting. But it would still be great if we could, I don't know, have somebody find her helpful and want to work with her because she's just lovely.
People yell at me all the time because I give away so much free advice for podcasting. They're like, you should be getting paid for that. And I'm like, I go back to the thing that I love helping podcasters. I love helping independent podcasters get there. And I know what it was like when I wanted to start.
Yeah.
And it's really hard because I know they want to start. Now, if a business came to me, of course, let me tell you about my rates, but I never have that. So, and it's the same thing with this, I like helping. I really do. And they're saying, okay. And when someone, even like an independent podcaster says, I'll pay you how much you want. I'm like, forget about it. It's okay.
I know it's really hard. And with this podcast, it's interesting because we're not experts. We haven't trained in this aside from life experience. And I don't think I would put a price on a community like ours. I feel like that would just be, I wouldn't be able to do it, is what I'm saying.
I know. So how was your week?
My week, oh my goodness, Tuesday. There's no rhyme or reason. And I think it was just the stress. Today is actually going a crazy stressful day for me. And I've been just kind of looking forward to it and anxious about it for the rest of the week. And Tuesday, it was like I hit my wall of anxiousness where all I could do was get on the couch. I bought a box of chocolates thinking I would have one a day. I ate the whole thing, John. 16 delicious truffles. I'm not even going to do the math on that. I wasn't going to do it on the podcast because I can't do math on a podcast, but I didn't want to do it in real life either because I think 2 pieces are something like 130 calories,
Right.
and I ate all 16 of them. I was just in a state, and the sugar made me worse, and then I had Pop-Tarts, and then I had cereal. Like, I turned into a 5-year-old on a bender. It was ridiculous, and it was just, it's just awful. And you know what set me off that day, of all things? Getting on the scale and seeing I gained a pound. And I was like, well, fuck it. Flew out the window. And it's like, I've been doing so well and I felt so bad about disappointing people. And then I'm like, wait, this is what we do. This is what humans do. We all have these setbacks. We all have those days. It wasn't anything I could blame on hormones. It wasn't PMS. It was anxiety for Thursday, but it happened on Tuesday, even though I gave myself Wednesday off to prepare for Thursday. It was just, no, I was just done. It was.
Yeah, you know something? I got to talk about the hormone thing and females. Honestly, I feel like women should turn a different color when their hormones are raging. Just so we're warned.
I love that. You know what? And I saw that shark t-shirt come up in my Facebook ads, I think because I talk about Shark Week so much. And I put the picture of it in the Facebook group of just like, happy shark lady or something like that. And I think I may get that and just put that on when the hormones are acting up.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying because we don't know. We don't realize. We're like, why are you acting this way? Why are you, this normally would not upset you. Now all of a sudden you're acting differently. Why? And then in like 20 minutes, it comes out, well, I'm all hormonal. Why didn't I think of that? Because guys never think of that because we don't go through it. We don't understand it. But when you explain it, we're like, oh, well, I don't know why I didn't see that. The irrationality, the quick to jump on you, the quick temper.
Well,
of course that's
thing is
hormonal.
That's one of the things about hormones is it affects you internally. So a lot of the time when we're feeling like that, we're just like,
different.
We don't look different. And we also don't necessarily know what's going on because we can't think of anything externally that's making us act this way or become jumpy and it wasn't necessarily hormones. I think for me, this was anxiety and it was just bubbling up. And I had this knot in my stomach that only 16 chocolate truffles could take care of. And they didn't, but I kept trying because who knows? Maybe this flavor will do it. Maybe the caramel one will do it. Maybe the coconut one will do it. I don't know. Maybe Taco Bell will do it. You just have to keep trying, which is a terrible, terrible way to look at things.
Yeah. Well, for me, Monday, I went and I ordered food because my big thing was I wanted to eat food. I wasn't going to eat out. I was going to cook food. And so I go to, I want to move more. And so what I did, instead of having the groceries delivered to my house, I said, you know what, I'm going to go grocery shopping. But then I was like, what, am I crazy? I'm not going to be walking around. I don't think I can handle that. So let's order the groceries through Walmart. They'll bring them out. You put them in the truck and then I have to carry them in the house. That'll be my exercise, carrying the groceries in the house.
Yeah.
So I go to do that. And at the very end, like they give me this little bag. And in the bag says, thank you for shopping at Walmart. And here is your snacks. And I look in and I'm like, oh my God, they had little Pop-Tart bites and they had like these Cheez-It things and they had a bag of Skittles. And I'm like, don't you know I want a diet?
Oh, that's the worst. Come on, Walmart. I know you're trying to like make us happy, but.
Right. Well, I ate everything in the bag.
But maybe give us like, I don't know, lotion or chapstick or not more food.
I don't know if I would have gotten more in trouble with the lotion or not, but anyhow, that's a story. That's a whole nother podcast. But like I said, I came home, I cooked, and the other thing is when I cook, I destroy a kitchen.
Yeah.
Like if you go upstairs right now in my kitchen, because I cooked breakfast 2 days in a row, it looks like somebody broke into the house and ransacked the kitchen. Every cabinet door is open. There's stuff all over the counter. The pans are all cattywampus in the sink. And the rack that dry, because I don't have a dishwasher, the drying rack is full. You couldn't put another dish in it. You know, I do like the fact of cooking and not going out and eating. But I'm also a horrible cook. What did I make this week? And I said, nobody else would eat this. Oh, I made egg salad. And in the egg salad, I put a tablespoon of barbecue sauce in it. And it was lovely.
That actually sounds really good.
I was like, this is like barbecue. It's like barbecued eggs. I don't know. It was actually really good. And it was just a small little bit. It actually just added a little tint to it.
Yeah.
Little red tint to it. Like, you know, women, the little red tint women should turn when they're hormonal. That. You could see, we would wake up in the morning and we would look and we'd really go, okay, well, let's tread lightly. Let's not make any sudden moves.
I had a high school chemistry teacher who had a 3-cornered sign on his desk, and he could turn it to show you what mood he was in. There was good mood, there was bad mood, and then there was Irish. And if he had that on Irish, we just sat there in class and did nothing. We weren't allowed to make a peep. It was kind of like an extra study hall. He was just in a bad mood.
Wow.
And it was like, yeah. But the thing was, I was terrible at chemistry. And you would think I would love those Irish days because it meant we didn't have to do anything. I was so scared. He just had this energy about him that was like, he was a short little Irish guy, went to Notre Dame, like every Irish stereotype out there. He was that. And when he turned that to Irish, it was like, oh my God, I can't wait for this class to be over. I would rather be taking a test that I didn't study for, that I would do terrible at anyway, that I would get like a 30-something than sit in this classroom right now.
See, yes. I would have walked in and said, oh, Rudy, it's one of those days. Maybe Rudy wasn't out then. I don't know. Maybe it was.
Oh, it must have been because that was 2001, 2000. Yeah.
When did you graduate high school?
2001.
Oh, you graduated 2001?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, Rudy was out by then because I know that it was like too old for me. I didn't want to see it.
That is amazing. Yeah, because I you know me, I like poking the bear, especially in school. I used to love poking the teachers if I could. I was the class clown.
Oh no, I was always afraid of authority. In fact, whenever authority would come up to me, I would always hide what I was eating because I was always afraid that they were going to say something. Because that was me in high school. When I think about just how nervous I was in high school about being judged or feeling different, and I would come home and I would eat my feelings. And that was a big thing that I had to get over, was like, no, everybody eats. Nobody is looking at my plate. No one is going to, and this is a Connecticut party thing. We eat before we go so that we don't fill up our plates and look like we're giant pigs. And then I'm like, you know what? I never look at anybody else's plate. I'm too busy focusing on mine. I'm too busy focusing on talking to people or worrying about the drama and who's mad at who or stuff like that. And food is just such an obsession for me that I keep thinking that everyone's looking at my plate and judging everything I'm eating and thinking automatically like, well, no wonder she can't lose weight if she's going to eat that. And it's like, it took 35 years for me to stop that.
All right, then I'm not going to say what I was going to say then.
No, go ahead.
No, because I don't want to start the phobia again, because you're absolutely right. But I have a feeling that people of size, let's use that other people of not size, they tend to watch what we do more than they watch each other. Like, you don't watch it because you don't care, and I wouldn't watch like I don't care. But they're watching us to see what we eat, especially if we head towards the dessert table. Let's see what Chubby's getting at the dessert table. Oh, look at him piling all those cookies up there.
See, but I'd love to actually hear somebody say that. I don't think I ever have. Well, maybe on social media, when people fat shame on social media, and they like the pictures that people will take at the gym of just like, look at her working out, like how. But the thing is, they get backlash, as well they should. And I'm glad they get backlash for them. Like, no, it's not your place to take a picture of somebody who's trying.
Right. They're in a gym, and then you're upset at them because they're overweight. Like, it's any of your business.
Yeah.
Like they've come into your world and now all of a sudden you have to put up with them. Poor you. And now you're gonna take pictures of them and then post on social media, and shame them. Well, it's the same thing as when people are driving around in those carts in the store, and they take pictures of them and put them up on social media.
Yeah, but okay, so the people who do that, let's just put it out there. They're terrible people. That's not nice. That's not a cool thing to do. That's not something that a decent human being would be doing. So
you'll never see me on one of those carts. Remember, we talked about this before.
I know.
We talked about it, and I went to that whole conference and I never got the card. I wouldn't do it. Would not do it.
And it's one of the things that I need reminding of all the time is those who mind don't matter.
Those
who matter don't
You're right.
mind.
That's perfect. You're right. I get it. You shouldn't worry. And I think that is a phobia for a lot of women, where they're worried to eat in public, and where guys, we don't even care. We're using our sleeve as a napkin. We got 2 plates because we have 2 hands. We don't care. There's food and we're eating it.
But let's be honest, like when we go to a party and we're trying to be, the good fat person who's only taking a small portions of everything, nobody has any right to judge us. If you look over and see another person of size grabbing a plate with everything on it and eating it and shoving it in their face, I'm looking at them being like, they're having a better time at this party than I am.
I say I never noticed that. The only time that I really don't care and have had people say something to me is I play in a poker league once a month, and they have food. You pay extra $10 and they put out food. And a friend of mine, his wife, she's an excellent cook, and she knows what I like, and she'll put out brownies and this dip it's this wonderful cinnamon dip that's just amazing. I always said it's so good I would eat it off the floor of a bus stop. I mean, it is amazing. So she'll put all this stuff up there, and then like if I go in and I play poker and I get a bad beat and I'm all upset or something, I'm like, oh yeah, well, you know where I'm going to go win? At the buffet table. I'm going to go clean up on the buffet table.
And you know what else? She made those because she knows that you like them.
Right.
It's one of those things. If you don't eat them, she may feel bad.
Well, I told her, I said, please don't make these for me. I know the other people like them. And I said, but please don't make these for me. Because I remember one time I used to rave about this dip. I came in and she made a bowl of dip that was the size of a large cereal bowl full of dip. She goes, I want you to take this home with you. I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course I took it home. This was before this podcast, but of course I took it home. I think I ate it in like 2 days.
Did you even bother with with stuff to dip it in? Or
I was just going to say, I was eating it with a spoon. Why waste a cracker? But I mean, it was amazing because you could dip apples in it. You could dip crackers, graham crackers. It was really great on graham crackers. I don't know what it was. It was like this whipped stuff, and it was like cinnamon sugar. Ugh, it was amazing. Anyhow, if you go out with people that you don't know for like a business dinner or something like that, to me, I'm not there I'm going to eat because that's what we do, but I'm not there to eat. So I will get something, and I don't even care if I finish it because I'm not there to eat. I'm there to talk and be entertaining. Whatever I'm supposed to be there. Business dinners are different for me.
Yeah, if it's something with a business dinner, I feel like I'm a little bit more stressed out because I have a tendency of spilling stuff on myself. So I don't get anything with like red sauce. Nobody looks sexy eating a salad. So as much as I would want a salad, I look like a horse or a cow when I'm eating a salad because it's just, I don't know. I need it chopped very small for me to gracefully eat a salad. So it's like I get the simplest thing on the menu most likely. And I can usually pace myself eating if it's not something that I'm terribly in love with too. So I'd probably get like a burger. Burgers I'm not over the top in love with. I know people, they love their burgers, but I'm like,
yeah, I'm
fine.
more of a cheesesteak kind of guy. Well, we have the best cheesesteaks around here, so that's why I would never get a burger if there's a cheesesteak on the menu. And I'm the same way. Why is it that I always drop something on myself? I'm like, if I'm eating, of course I spill something on myself.
No, I'm terrible. I go through phases of, I really like white clothes. I don't have any white clothes. How come I don't have white clothes? Oh, right, because I like things like pizza and sauce and things that I spill on white clothes. And I don't care what the commercials say, no matter what laundry detergent I buy or how much I bleach something, there's still that remnant of a stain.
I just go back to I'll be chatting with Sam. and video chatting, and she'll say, "What's on your shirt?" And I look down, and I go, "Life." What's on? I don't know. And white is bad, but black is bad too, because everything shows up on black, especially if you have white beard and you have like white beard hair that kind of every once in a while fall out. I don't know.
Yeah. This is
So I think that maybe we should get into some Winning Wednesdays. Did we get anything from the email or anything like that? Did anybody give us a Winning Wednesday? Nothing.
last week. I think we weren't on Facebook at this point. This is one of the funniest things. So my Facebook, every time I opened it up, it would crash us talking. So John pulled up Winning Wednesdays and we shared a screen. And so I was reading it off of his screen, but he kept forgetting. And then at one point I was reading it and he just
moved it.
Scrolled. He scrolled and I was like, I lost my place. Now I'm just laughing at the Winning Wednesdays because Adam put a really funny GIF in there. Okay. So the first Winning Wednesday from Star. I only ate half of that Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, I'm with Adam. How? How do you eat half a Kit Kat bar?
Adam's GIF of Will Smith and Fresh Prince just going, how?
Oh, she tells you I locked the other half in my desk drawer.
Yeah.
There's only one way I would eat a half of a Kit Kat bar if someone stole the other half. It's the only way.
What if it fell on the floor?
What kind of floor?
It depends on what floor.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there might be the 5-second rule unless it was a bus stop floor. Then maybe not so much. All right, Dusty says, I completed my first 45-minute workout yesterday since I had my surgery. Congratulations on that. 15 minutes of walking and running and 30 minutes of lifting. So excited to be lifting again. Well, there you go. Oh, you know what I forgot?
That is fantastic. Erica, it's 22 below zero. Husband is working from home and my children are home. They're all alive. I'll call that a win for now. Yeah, absolutely.
Right now with the wind chill, I think that's what we have right now. I think it's like 20 below zero with the wind chill. That's Saskatoon cold is what I call it.
Yeah, we're at the point where we're letting our sink run water all the time now.
I never thought to do that. Because my sink is on that one wall. I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Victoria says, I'm back to my pre-Christmas weight.
Yay! Deborah, I brought a friend to the group. Thanks, Deborah.
Love friends. Dusty comes back with an update. Now I've completed 2 45-minute workouts in 1 week. One more, and I will complete my goal I set for the week.
Ingrid said she nailed over 35,000 steps last week and got first place in the 35,000 step challenge. Wait, shoot. K, could it be kilo?
No, 35,000 steps. K is 1,000.
I know, but it could be like kilometer?
A 30K step challenge? We need more information. Is it either 35 steps?
I'm bad at the K.
30 kilometers.
I don't know.
Well, I know Ingrid is in the United States, although we do 5Ks.
Yeah.
So did she do 6 5Ks or did she walk 30,000 steps? And
I'm going to go with the steps.
yes.
Yeah, because she keeps saying steps. I'm going to go with that. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at this. Podcast math.
Right. And Tammy says, stripped. Oops,
No.
Wait a minute. Stripped the treats at work. Big difference.
Stop saying stripped.
John can't read. What is it with me? Let me try that. It doesn't work now. The joke doesn't work. All right. She skipped treats at work. I still like stripped.
See that little waving hand? She's a new member, John. Don't scare her off.
I'm not. If she's listened to the show and she's here, she has to know that I joke around a lot. Oh, and here you go. You're right. Tammy might not listen to the show. Tammy is Deborah's friend because they had a little chat in here after that.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, welcome. And whether you stripped or skipped the treats, that's still a good job. All righty. That is our Winning Wednesdays. And
everyone did awesome. I didn't ask you about your week.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time for The Weigh-In.
What a segue, ladies and gentlemen. So what happened this week for me, since it's an even week and I go first, I thought that I did everything right this week. And I looked at this, I got on the scale this morning and I did not gain a pound, but I did not lose a pound, which means I'm still up to 5 from the previous 2 weeks, which I'm going to tell you right now pisses me off. Like, I'm pissed. I got on the scale and I was like, I got on the scale and I went, are you kidding me? But I don't know why. And then I'm thinking to myself, trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm going through the same thing. I gained and lost 0 pounds as well this week. I was up earlier this week. I ate my feelings about it and probably stressed and everything. And then yesterday I kind of took the day off. I buckled down. I stayed. The whole time I was binging, I stayed in my window. And that seems to be the key for me. So right now, I feel like I'm just in this maintaining stage where my body needs to get used to this new weight. And I may plateau for a while. And I have to be okay with that. I can't have weeks of Tuesdays.
Because the first thing I want to do now is I want to start fasting. Like, I want to stop eating because of this stupid scale. And I've been eating good food. I haven't been eating sweet. Oh, the ones that came in the Walmart bag. Yes, okay, I did eat those. But they were tiny bags. It's not like I, went and got a whole bag of chips or, did my normal binge.
We have a question in the chat room. Water pill? Whooshy pill?
Yeah, the whooshy. I've been taking the whooshy pill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what, I was thinking about that too. I was like, well, maybe it's the water. Am I retaining water? I don't know. And I've made, it's the beginning of the year. It's, we're getting into February now. I'm definitely going to go to the doctors and have a check. I've had my blood sugar checked, have everything checked to make sure that there's not something physical that's going on here that's kind of holding me back. Because I just don't understand it. I mean, of course, it's wintertime here. It's cold. John, don't do cold.
Yeah, no, we're keeping on our winter weight during these frigid times.
I just don't go out. If the temperature is below 20 degrees, I don't go out. That's a no-no. And maybe I should, I don't know, but maybe that would help, but I don't know. So anyhow, there we are.
I've told people before too, I lose more weight in the winter weirdly than I do in the summer. And I'm not sure why that is. I think in the summer, just because you're more social, I'm more apt to go out and be social and eat and drink. And
yeah, I think, there's summer foods like that you would eat that has more calories. I think fruit really is, people are like, oh, yeah, fruit is healthy, and it is, but it carries a lot of sugar, and that kind of.
It does. And also, I don't really do a lot of fruit in the winter because it's too cold. My sensitive teeth can't take the cold fruit from the fridge in the winter. We have strawberries and they are delicious, but I have to leave them out for about 10 minutes before I want to eat them.
See, I know. I don't know. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I would eat watermelon all year round.
Yeah. And there's
pineapple.
also the argument that our bodies naturally know what's in season and craves what's in season. So right now I don't want any fruit because I'm like, it's definitely, I can't think of a single fruit that's actually in season right now.
Fruit. Yeah, because right now my body's telling me it's pizza season.
Pizza's in season. But I am doing yoga every day. We still have the calendar on the wall. My husband and I are crossing that off. We're having fun with that. I'm meditating every day, which does help. I actually meditate when my window closes. That's usually around the time I do because my husband goes to bed. Now, the baby goes to bed, and then I take some time and I meditate, and I feel better. And it makes me not want to eat, which is really nice. But I also need that slow down of getting that knot out of my stomach that makes me want to grab food. So
yeah, that's, I told you, it's like that vibration in my chest. Like when I get everything done, I'm like, oh, okay, everything's done. Where's the food? That's how I do it. And usually at that time, my window's closed, so I can't really eat. Like I said, I'm definitely going to the doctors and having my blood sugar checked out and see what if there's anything going on there. And then I will try to work, like I said, as it starts, hopefully it's going to start to get warmer, although we are going into February. I don't know why it would be getting warmer in February. this right now, we have that, what do they call that? The Arctic blast or the,
Yeah.
whatever they call it. It's over us now.
Apparently, everybody but me heard of snow squalls yesterday because that was in our forecast. I'm like, what's a squall? And my husband's like, you're 35. How do you not know what a squall is? And I'm like, I must not have been on that timeline where squalls were a thing.
Well, here it caused 17 car pileups on the road because it was like a whiteout for maybe 5 minutes and it was over.
Yeah.
And there was all kinds of accidents all up and down the Northeast corridor. So that's a thing. And I just don't do well in the cold. I used to be able to not bother me, but as I get older, it seems to bother me more. And I guess I could go do other things, like used to go to the mall and walk around the mall because that was a place to go walk where it's warmer.
Yeah.
There's more things for me to do that I could do to maybe try to get some more exercise in. The yoga thing sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I've really liked it a lot. It's only 20 minutes. I have a routine. Cameron, the baby, just cracks me up because he's just driving trucks up and down me. He thinks it's fun to crawl on me while I'm like posing. My husband has pictures because he's laughing. He's sitting at his rowing machine, just cracking up at this baby, just thinking mommy is the best jungle gym in the world. So
I told you about my yoga pose, right, that I invented?
No.
Yeah, it's a fat guy putting on socks.
If you work up a sweat doing that, it counts.
Doesn't count. Trust me. Sometimes I was like, oh, come on, get on that toe. So, well, thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with us while we go through our trials and tribulations through weight loss. And if you'd like to join us, like we have now, 13,159 members. No, I'm just kidding. We have 158 members, and my ADD and my OCD is raging now because now we're so close to 160. So, if you want to join, it's very easy to do. Go to hatetowait.com/Facebook and come join us.
Next week, we will have Harriet on. So get those questions. You have another week to get those questions in.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Have a great week.